Commonwealth, Commonwealth.
All right, well, I've got some news that I want to share with you guys. I've been reading. I like to stay in touch with my friends and family back home, stay abreast of the news. And there's a funny news story that I was reading about. There's a woman in Queensland, which is the state where I'm from. She has lost her license after drink driving infractions.
Drink driving.
I love that they call it drinking.
Yeah, drink driving?
What do you call it?
Drunk.
Drunk driving.
Podcasting.
Yeah.
I think
Drink podcasting. In England, they call it drink driving as well.
yeah, it's drink
Do they?
driving.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, what?
It's not drunk driving. I don't.
So I wonder if it's a different
That's
threshold.
so
Like if
funny.
you've been drinking, you can't drive versus if you're drunk, you can't drive.
Well, the threshold in Australia, it's a lower blood alcohol limit than here. It's 0.05.
That's interesting.
Here it's what, 0.08?
0.08.
0.08.
Oh, wow.
So, ironically, we're stricter than you guys.
So here is
Because you have to be.
here
I'm
it's
drunker,
60.
so
That's 60% higher in the U.S. than in Australia.
that's fast math.
That is good math.
it's probably because your tolerance is so good that they had to adjust it.
Australian blood is.
'Cause-
It's like
Well, they're all criminals. They can't be
we've
trusted.
developed an
Right.
immunity to it. Okay, so anyway, this woman had her license revoked because she's drink/drunk driving offences, and she then has.
Offences, plural. She's had a couple.
Multiple?
Well, I don't know the specifics.
She's a regular.
It's they're like Karen. You read it again.
Did she pull a Harry?
She-
What's it called?
Did it? No. So anyway, she's lost her license. This is just part of the setup. So she's subsequently
Let's
been.
not let Jimmy get
That's
through
Jimmy
this.
telling us to shut up so he can finish the background.
This is, I haven't even got to the headline. She has subsequently been arrested because she was stopped at the drive-thru of her local liquor store. She went through the drive-thru on a horse. She was at home. She was drunk.
She has a horse.
She wanted to get more liquor. She knew that she couldn't drive, so she went through the drive-thru. Like she went by a horse. And the people serving her were like, "This woman is blackout drunk. We're not serving you." So they called the police, and she's basically been arrested, in a lot of trouble. She's
Drink
her
horse riding.
Yeah, and her defense was that she didn't know that it was illegal to ride a horse drunk.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have known. I didn't know that.
Is it?
I mean, it sounds dangerous, but I didn't know it was
is.
illegal.
I remember learning in
It's also a completely separate offence. They can't do it for another drink driving. She's still the same sentence.
yeah, double jeopardy.
She's.
Double jeopardy. There's nothing to do with double jeopardy.
But I remember back in a prior life when I was working as a lawyer in Australia, I remember in law school there was
What?
we're doing these cases, we're learning about a case where it's not the drink driving, it's not just cars. The law is you cannot be operating anything with wheels whilst under the
horse has no
influence.
wheels.
Well, I think I don't know how the horse comes in, but I do remember asking my law professor. I remember saying, "Does that mean it's illegal to be drunk and then like go rollerblading?" And he said, he's like, "If you're rollerblading, mate, you've got bigger issues." I was like, "That's a fair point."
It's a good line. The most surprising thing to me so far about this segment is that Jimmy went to law school.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was a fun case because that was litigated because there was a similar thing. There was like a farmer or something, and he had his drunk license
Yeah.
suspended. This happens a lot, but so he would drive his tractor, not like the one that you'd use to do crops, so it would have a maximum speed of 8 kilometers an hour. So he would drive that.
Well, that's an interesting thing because I figured the rate of speed something could attain would be very important in the offence. Like a horse could go 35, 40 miles an hour.
rollerblades
but
downhill.
Rollerblades.
A horse could cause a real problem
A ruckus.
in traffic.
Depends how drunk the horse is.
But it's interesting how people when they lose their ability to drive a car and they do all kinds of stupid things. Like there was this guy in the Midwest. They made a movie about him. He wanted to visit he was an old dude. He lost his license just for age because he was too old. He couldn't. And he wanted to go visit his long lost brother 500 miles away, and he drove his riding lawnmower
That's
500
awesome.
across the Midwest to go visit.
Without getting stopped once.
Well, he had in the movie he has many adventures along the way.
Right.
It's a good movie.
He
actually.
lives in a place where $1 million would do some good.
Oh, $1 million.
yeah.
Yes.
That would.
He would have a top-notch riding mower.
Top-notch.
And a horse.
That's insane.
So is this an ongoing case, or is she?
No, she was arrested and
So is she in jail?
she faced the punishment of I don't know what the sentencing is for driving a horse drunk, but I think she went
She
to jail.
sounds awesome. I kind of want to.
She's definitely.
She came to the courthouse on a unicycle.
Yeah,
I wish there was
she
a way.
paraglided in.
I hope she's listening
Shit-faced.
right now.
But I think
Wait, this is in Australia, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you got to give her like effort for her resourcefulness, though. Thinking outside that, and I'm kind of on her side when she's getting arrested, just being like, "Hey, listen, I didn't realize you couldn't ride a horse."
Oh,
I'd be
you
like,
know the
"That's-
cops were smiling. They were
Yeah.
like, "Oh, come on,
Yeah.
get down."
Well, it's the other thing. You guys made the rules, and I found a loophole. It's not my fault that I'm clever.
The podcast.